Alright guys, we are back with another episode of Dr. Phil. In this episode, it's about a woman that describes that she was kidnapped by a serial killer. Now, I don't really know too much else about this, but what I do know is it gets very dark and very deep and very weird. But yeah, without further ado, let's get straight into it.
On September 27th, 1992, I met the man that attacked me. I was inside this store and I saw a bus go by. I knew that was my bus. So I came out and then I looked that way and I saw a car there and there was a man in it. And he said, "Excuse me, do you need a ride?" I thought, I need to get to work. I'm going to lose my job. So I said, "Okay, yes, wait, which way are you going?" "You're going the same way as me, I'll take the ride." And I just got it.
Well then, that's something you should definitely not be doing. Don't you teach your kids not to get in cars with strangers when they offer like sweets and stuff, but you're setting like a really bad example literally to the children that you're probably telling. Don't get in that car, even if they offer you really nice sweets and really nice lollipops. No, because I get in, you should get in. Well, it's just being called a hypocrite, isn't it really? I mean, that's what it is at the end of the day. I mean, I just saw a car, I didn't want to lose my job, so I just got in. Well, no, you don't do that. I would prefer to risk my job rather than literally having that, but you know what, whatever.
I looked at his face and he didn't look scary. We stopped at a red light and the red light turned green and he still just sat there, and then he looked around at the desert and he said, "I just love the desert. It's so peaceful and quiet." And that made me just think to myself, okay, this guy's a little strange.
Not really. Sightseeing is actually a thing, and many people in the world actually like doing that, looking at mountains or looking at the scenery itself and just going, wow, this is beautiful, taking it all in. It's kind of a normal thing to do. It just is. You shouldn't be creeped out by that. You literally just said that a traffic light went from red to green. Well, yeah, what else color is it going to go? Is it going to go rainbow? Is it going to go yellow? Is it going to go pink? Is it going to go, violet? You know what I mean? It's the end of the day. This guy at the moment doesn't sound creepy to me at all. He sounds like a really decent human being, giving you a lift and telling you how beautiful is the scenery.
Tell he's interested in me, but he's done nothing to hurt me, and so I had no fear of him. At the time, I worked in a residential care facility, 10 at night until 6 in the morning. I was alone working that shift. When we got to my work, he asked me if he could bring me to breakfast in the morning, and I said, "No, well, give me your phone number so I can at least give you a call." So I just wrote a fake number.
Well, you are just a very horrible woman. He just did you a really nice favor. Clearly, he's got an interest in you. Clearly, he wants to maybe take you out on a date or something. Clearly, he says that by wanting your number and you refuse him. Cold-hearted bitch.
I left work at 6 in the morning, and I came out and looked down the road, and then I noticed, wait a minute, there's a car down there that looks similar to his. Okay, that's a bit creepy, and that's the way I need to go to the bus stop. And so I just started walking down this way.
Well, clearly he just wants to give you another ride. What's wrong with that? Like, he's waiting for you, he knows your time, and yes, it's a little bit creepy, yes, it's a little bit stalkerish, but at the end of the day, it could be a genuine guy who just really wants to help you.
I was walking and I started hearing a car pulling up beside me, and I knew it was him. And I said, "I told you I don't want to go to breakfast," but he goes, "Then I'll just give you a ride home." And I just thought, okay, he's obviously nice. He didn't do anything to hurt me the night before, and so I got in the car.
And so you should. At the end of the day, this guy wants to take you to breakfast. He wants to buy you food. Usually, it's the woman that wants to please the man by giving him food, but he wants to buy you breakfast, and he wants to take you home, and he wants to literally take you on a journey, and he's just saying how beautiful the scenery is. This guy, to me, doesn't come across creepy. This guy comes across a little bit strange, not gonna lie, but at the end of the day, I truthfully just think he's a nice guy, but we're gonna find out, really, aren't we?
He brought up the phone number. My heart kind of dropped because I had kind of forgotten. And then he just freaked out and said, "I called that number and some old bitch answered the phone." And I just went, oh my gosh. And the next thing I knew, he was pulling over. I saw a gun, I saw a knife, and grabbed me by the back of my hair and just shoved me into the dashboard. And then he grabbed twine out and pulled my hands behind my back and started twining my hands.
Maybe the dude just into some kinky sex. I don't know.
And the only thing I could think was, please don't leave this area. Please don't drive to the desert.
The fact that you were thinking that, have you never actually been told that when you think negative things happen? Maybe the guy was just taking you on a very romantic date and he thought, hey up, maybe she was into some kinky sex, alright? Maybe she's wanting that. I don't understand the head into the dash cam thing, but you know what? It's possible, right? But she's thinking negative thoughts clearly, and that is the massive problem.
He started pleading, please don't do this. You could let me go right now. Just let me go right now. He just yelled, shut up, bitch.
Alright, well, maybe this dude has crossed the line now. Maybe this dude has literally crossed the line just a little bit by calling her a bitch. I mean, yeah, I still, you know, what about the kinky sex and the whole desert scenery and everything? Yeah, fair enough to a point, I guess. But yeah, he's called her a bitch. It's not gonna be very great, is it?
I said, you can hit me. I will have sex with you. You can hit me, but please just don't kill me.
What? Maybe the dude literally wasn't going to do anything. Maybe he was just very angry that you denied him his phone number and the fact that he offered you breakfast and you went, nah, mate. I don't know. Like, why would you tell him, oh, you can do this to me, you can do some really vile thing to me, but please do not kill me. I mean, what is worse, that or being killed? Just really start a poll in the comment section, right? What is worse? The R word? I don't really like saying it. Just gonna put it straight out there. Don't like saying it. The R word or getting killed. I think I'd rather be killed. Yeah, that's just me.
This is where he turned and he started driving this way. And this is where I was laying down thinking, please don't turn. Please don't turn left. This is where he stopped and he got the knife. He just started trying to cut the shorts off of me.
Well, what do you expect? You literally told him he could do that, right? You just literally 2 minutes ago told him that you could literally R-word you. It's like... You just don't tell a guy that, do you? You just don't tell a guy that is specifically like this as well, that he's got a screw loose in his head. You just don't say, hey, you can do this, I'm perfectly fine with this, but just don't kill me. Clearly he's gonna do both, but maybe he just wanted to kill you, maybe just a serial killer, but now you've planted that thought in his head, he thinks he can actually get a go as well.
He realized he wasn't gonna be able to get them off, so he just pulled them off. Then he just cut my underwear on each side and just pulled it right out from under me. He reached under my sweatshirt. He just made 2 cuts and pulled my bra right out, and he just started cramming them into my mouth and pushing them into my throat.
Cramming what exactly? Cramming something into her palms and cramming something into her throat? Like, what are we talking about here? Are we talking about the big schlong? What is this?
And I could feel the corners of my lips starting to tear. Then he took his pants down and he climbed over on top of me, and I just stared at him. And I thought, this is how I'm gonna die.
No, this is how you're going to get R-worded. That's exactly what you told him he could do. Like I said, he could have been a serial killer, but at the end of the day, you've literally just told him that he can do that to you, and now that's exactly what he's doing. Maybe that wasn't even in his mind. Maybe he just wanted to scare you. Maybe there's just something wrong with him that maybe you could have had a conversation with and helped him calm down. I don't know. Obviously, we're scared, but telling him that he can do that is just, I don't know, mind blown, right? On top of that, I'm just not really understanding the whole scenario of him climbing on top of her. Shouldn't it be him putting her on top of him or telling her to get in the back seat? I mean, I don't want to be starting to think about the R-word stuff, like, but at the end of the day, it's a bit strange, isn't it? It's just a little bit strange.
When you testified against him, how did that feel?
It felt amazing to be sitting there and looking at him. I never felt scared of him. I like to look at him and think in my mind, look who's here now.
Well then, she's just bragging about literally she wasn't scared. Well, we literally saw that she was scared. She was staring straight at him. She was terrified. It was clear as day. But yet, nope. She's just this brave mother trucker. I don't know, man.
Sorry for cut, but that's really, you know. Did you ever see?
She literally just high-fived Dr. Phil for swearing on his show.
We would do stare downs.
Yeah.
And
it's like, who's fighting for their life now?
Right.
Who's fighting for their life now? Clearly both of you still, because as soon as he gets out, if he does get out, then he's probably gonna just literally find your address and kill you straight away. What you've done is you've actually really angered him to a point of literally he has nothing to lose anymore. So when he's getting out, he's coming to your address. I would move. I'd change your name. I'd change everything about you. I just would. That would be me, but hey up, this is her. But at the end of the day, has anyone noticed how creepy her face is? I'm sorry, I don't like judging people's looks, but if you look at the way she looks, and not only that, but she presents herself like she's high off a drug or something. She's high off, I don't know, morphine or weed or something. Maybe this is all an hallucination. Maybe literally the guy did nothing wrong and she's literally made the guy seem like he did all this really bad stuff. I don't know. Let's carry on.
It was the hardest part of my life as well, speaking and telling the story in front of that jury, because being the badass that I now am.
Being the badass that you are now. I mean, she refers herself to as a badass just because she survived murder, because she survived something else. I have no clue. I don't even know what happened in the middle of all this for her to get away like that. I'm gathering someone saw her, some police showed up. It didn't really tell us much information about that. But all I know is now she is a badass. Don't mess with this woman. She's a badass.
I wanted to go in there and just be like, see, this happened, that happened, and this happened, but look at me now. I'm like, I'm fine now, but I knew I couldn't do that. I knew I had to go back there, and I had to be so vulnerable and say every single thing that happened, and I did not want to do that in front of him.
But that doesn't make you vulnerable. That's just you explaining the situation, explain the scenario, what happened, the events. That doesn't make you vulnerable. Vulnerable is breaking down and crying. You didn't have to be vulnerable. You chose to be vulnerable, clearly, because you say you're a badass. Badasses aren't vulnerable, right? They aren't vulnerable.
I asked if they could get him out of the room. They couldn't, and so I just had to swallow my pride, and I became the most vulnerable I've ever been in my life, and I brought them there.
I thought the most vulnerable you will have been is in the moment of him literally doing the R word to you, if that even happened, which we never actually found out, but that was the most vulnerable part of your entire life.
I didn't have a lot of relationships before this happened to me, so I really have nothing to compare, but I know I'm different. I'm a different kind of girl, you know, in the sense that I have some strange hobbies. I do like to look for bodies.
Hold up. What? You like to look for bodies? So technically what you've done is you've been massively affected emotionally and mentally by this guy, and now you're doing practically the same thing without the murder or the R word, but you're still looking for bodies, which is really messed up in the head, in my opinion.
Not too many men are into that. But it sounds creepy, but if you look at it how I look at it, I thought my body was going to be left in that desert naked, chopped up, and coyotes were gonna eat me. And I thought, oh my God, I hope somebody finds me quick.
Well, yeah, that's what pretty much anyone thinks. And eaten by coyotes, you do realize that there is a lot more predators out in the desert than just coyotes, right? And not only that, but yes, you are into some very strange hobbies, like I said, digging up bodies or searching for them, or even, I don't even know what you do with them when you found them, if you found any at all.
And so now, that's one of my hobbies. I will go out there and...
Have you found any?
No, and I always wonder what I'm gonna do when I do.
Hopefully not the R word, like the guy tried doing with you. But she's found none, so clearly she's not very good at looking for bodies, or there's not many bodies in the desert, which I actually really disagree with, because there's probably plenty. Have you not seen Breaking Bad? Like, literally, just look at that, for instance, you know what I mean?
So there's that, and then, I'm just
Have
really
you tried
sporadic
any other
and
things?
fun.
Like,
No, I do a lot of fun
like
things
roller
too.
skating or something?
No,
I mean,
all the time. I ride on shopping carts.
Hold up, so for fun, she rides on shopping carts. Basically, she thinks she's a Fortnite skin riding around on a trolley. I am completely past the point of no return. I have no idea what the hell is going on with this woman at all. She went through a very traumatic event, and now for fun, she rides shopping carts thinking she's a skin on Fortnite about to get a dub.
I don't want to miss a moment of fun. Because I know my life was almost taken away. I've squeezed my ass onto those little horsies that for 50 cents.
The little horses, she squeezed her ass onto the horses. Those are for kids, so what are you doing? You're probably going to end up breaking them. That is not fun. I expected you to be going to a book club or something. I mean, for a person your age, and I'm not being ageist in the slightest, but normally people around that age do go to stuff like book club, or they go to social gathering, or maybe they might go for a wine tasting course or something. You know, that's what I presume is fun for the older generation. And she must be at least, what, a 45, 50-year-old? Very guess. I mean, I'm just saying, she may be a lot younger than that, but I doubt it.
And made my boyfriend do it as well.
She made her boyfriend do it as well. How poor of a guy must that be? Unless he's as crazy as her. Unless maybe he's the brother to the guy that is arrested now. I have no idea.
So you're into looking for dead bodies and horseback riding?
Pretty much it, Dr. Phil. You nailed it. That's exactly what she does. She's into the toy horses, not the real horsing, you know, the toy horses, you know, just jumping on those, trying to break down with a fat ass. You know, I'm going to say fat ass because compared to the kid's ass, she has got a lot bigger ass. Putting it out there. And she likes looking for bodies too. I mean, I don't think that would ever be a pastime of mine, but you never know. In 10, 20 years time, I may be looking for dead bodies in the sea. I don't know. Anyways, guys, that is it. Thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please leave your likes, subscribes, do all that beautiful stuff. Feel free to leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you'd like to see in the future. And without further ado, guys, I will see you guys later.